Yo, 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 what up, Sammy? I
What's up, Parker? How are you, man?
feel like you're feeling better after last week's Fortitude and 15.
Huh.
Well, no,
Good.
last week's was pretty
Last
positive,
week's was
I would
okay.
say.
Last week's was okay. Yeah, we're beautiful weather. Feeling pretty good today. Making some dinner. Gonna go watch the Boston Celtics play some basketball tonight. Not in person, virtually.
Very
Via the
nice,
television.
very nice.
Yeah, I'm excited for today's Fortitude and 15 though, because I got a nice email in the middle of the workday from Parker with an article to read, and I think it's really cool to discuss. So thank you for sharing.
Of course. I mean, I peruse the Wall Street Journal as I
You're
think
so educated.
all young people should if they're in the business world, but even beyond that, because they put out sports content, they put out lifestyle content. And today I came across a life and work life piece called "Is This It? When Success Isn't Satisfying. Here's how to truly savor the high of hitting a career goal" by Rachel Feintzeig. And I thought it was fascinating. It was a very quick article, but it hit on something that we consistently, I feel like, talk about at Elevation Nation. And I think it is very interesting because it comes, this article, at a time a week after we had a massive success in Elevation Nation. And so I guess I'll give a little bit more overview of the article. It just talks about this hedonic treadmill. The idea that when you work hard, you continue to grind, and then you hit that big goal, and you think it's going to change your life. You think it's going to change the trajectory. You're going to feel this feeling that you've been thinking is going to make you super happy. But then over time, that success dwindles away. Well, I guess your success doesn't dwindle away, but maybe your happiness in that position dwindles away. And then you realize, success might not equal happiness. So it talks about a few different profiles of people who have had that experience. But you and I both know, Sam, that we felt that for sure many times in our young adulthood days.
Still feel it all the time, right? I think in the article, it talks about, it gives three different people and their scenarios of pushing towards something of success, a milestone, an accomplishment, and then how they felt afterwards. And one that resonated with me that, I mean, they all did, but this one I thought was funny, was there was this woman who got an early promotion and then went back and got her MBA. And then she decided to quit her job and take some time off and learn how to crochet. And she said crocheting brought her more fulfillment and joy than getting an MBA. And I thought about that for a second. And I thought about, if we stripped away all the societal expectations for our success, what would we do with our time? What would we want to create? What would you want to do, Parker? If you had all the money that you needed, I'm not saying you're wealthy, but you didn't need to work every day. You had enough money to have a house, to have whatever food you needed, go on vacation, to have savings, afford healthcare. How would you spend your time?
It's a great question. That's a deep question, Sam. I mean, I would do it spending time with the people I care for and I love, and I would throw some good runs in every day or a couple days a week. Maybe, my walk in the park, Parker in the park. Maybe I'd bring that TikTok back. I would do things that eke my interest, podcasting. But at the same time, Sam, I want to throw this one back to you, because you mentioned that if I had all the money in the world, I think that money isn't the only thing that deems us successful. Money isn't the only thing that's going to be like why I'm working at a tough job. Maybe it's because I'm working hard because, yes, it pays well, or it's going to help me make more money, but maybe it has something to do with, leading a team, the mission that you're trying to accomplish, the other intangible things that you're trying to strive for. Maybe it's a status thing. I think that all plays into this. which is it's a hard thing to come to terms with because you can't have two sides of the coin all the time.
You said you're going to throw it back at me. Is there a question there? I want to make sure I answer
my question to you is, what is it as a young adult? You're 27 years old right now. Like, what is it? Like, you have a well-paying job. You live very comfortably, I think. What is it that keeps you going to, you just got promoted to manager at work. You're trying to build Elevation Nation alongside, me. Like, what is that thing that keeps you pushing?
I don't know how else to not push.
Okay.
But I also don't think I'm pushing right now.
All right. What do you mean by that?
I think I could always be working harder. In my regular job,
That's
in
true.
Elevation Nation, in my fitness, in whatever. Like, I don't feel like I'm pushing. I feel like it's a little bit of the status quo. And maybe that's just because I've been doing the same thing in my comfort zone for a long time. But I don't feel like I'm pushing like incredibly hard.
Interesting.
So I don't think there is a thing that's driving me forward and making me push. I think I want to build something cool, and I want to make people like me, and I want people to think I have good skills and I'm smart. But
that's external. Like, you're never like gonna, when you look to someone like else to give you like the gratification that you need, you're always going to be like searching for that because it doesn't start within. You're going to be waiting for that always.
Yeah, but that's not, I don't know if that's what brings me fulfillment. That's just what I do right now.
Okay.
I think I'm still searching for how I'm going to make my impact on society and what will bring me fulfillment. And what I'm starting to realize now, a few years in, is I need to be a little bit more open-minded to other ways to find my fulfillment. And I think my fulfillment's going to change. And I think I need to be willing to take that change to find that fulfillment elsewhere. Like, I just saw a mutual friend. They decided they're pausing both their jobs and they're going on a cross-country road trip for 3 months, a couple, with their 2 dogs. Why not? Like, why do I not do that? What's stopping me? I have enough money. I just have a job. I could pause that job at any time. Probably get it right back. Maybe not in today's society or economy, but like, why don't we take a pause?
It's a hard thing to say. I mean, it's a privilege to be able to say those things, and then at the same time, it's
certainly
like we're wired to. It'd be weird to just say, hey, every day I'm not going to work. I'm going to work a little bit, make some money on the side or whatever, and then just travel or do what I want. Like, it's not the status quo to do those things. I just like to bring it back to the article, Sam. Like, I think back to ourselves when we just graduated college. We were just, trying to grasp and scrape at the real world at the, we're opening the book. And, like, what's crazy is, like, I would say if you told me where I was 5 years later that we, had done this with Elevation Nation, we're still at the same company we work at, and I'd say, like, I'd be pretty thrilled to hear that. But what's crazy about life and success is that success is temporary. It doesn't like stay like so the article talked about how this guy, he got a corner office. Okay, great. It feels cool to have a corner office, but at some point it just becomes work again.
Yeah.
Maybe with a little bit more responsibility and a different title.
100%. 100%. I think that's what makes it tough, right? We got to figure out what are the different things that bring you joy. Is it facing a challenge? Is it making more money? Is it having more free time? Is it spending it with family? And I think that shifts and ebbs and flows based on the stage of life you're in.
Okay, I got a question for you on that then. Do we work, though, to find joy? Like, should we be finding joy in everything that we do? Is that something that we should be doing?
Hold on. You asked like 3 different questions.
So, all right, my question is like, to your point about joy, is like the way you spun that up was that we should be doing things that, you know, bring us joy, you know, regardless if it's work, you know, personal life, whatever it is. My question is like, is that always, like, should that always be the case?
I mean, I guess maybe not always, but I think most things can be boiled down to fulfillment and happiness.
Okay.
I really do. Like, even giving back to society, like, you do that because it makes you feel good. Right? I think it all kind of boils down to, I mean, I used to, when I first graduated college, I used to have a dollar bill taped on my bathroom mirror that said success and happiness. Those are the 2 things I wanted. And now I've eliminated it. I think it's just health and happiness. Those are the 2 things you really want in life. So if you can have health, you can find ways to be happy. Isn't that a life worth living? Who cares if you're successful?
If you're successful or not, you can still be happy.
Yeah.
You also could be successful in your book and not successful in anyone else's book, and vice versa. Success is like a subjective thing.
I need to rewire my book now to eliminate all the societal expectations that are stuck and embedded in my brain of what I think success is and should be. And I want to rewrite that book.
But you are.
So that I get to define that.
You're on that path.
That's what I'm working towards.
Exactly.
That's why I talk to smart people and elevate.
Well, it doesn't end, I don't think. You know, it will continue, which is crazy too, as life, you know, continues to go on. But yeah, I think it's just interesting to always come back. I like these conversations to, you know, have these think about success and what it brings us, and how I truly believe that success does not equal happiness. It can't. And I'm going to stick with that. So, Elevation Nation, hit me up, text me, DM us, DM me, DM Sam. What do you think? I want to hear, because I think it's pretty interesting. Because I think, Sam, one more point, I know we're wrapping up here, is like, our generation is different in that I feel like success is so much less tied to money and so much more tied to your point about fulfillment, joy. But I think a lot of that comes from the impact of how you spend your time and the impact of what that is on society. And I think our generation's we value that a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, how have I made the world a better place? Whether it's selling this software to help streamline my process, or inventing some medicine, whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't you just want to be happy instead? For some people, no. But I'm trying to get my brain to say yes. So we'll see. Speaking of happiness and fulfillment, shout out to an incredible elevator, a guy who we haven't talked to in a little while, and we should probably catch up with him. Elevator number 87, Jamari Bogan. He is obviously doing amazing things in Kalamazoo. He started Zone 32 now. His business and entrepreneurship and nonprofit, giving back to young people in the Kalamazoo community, just mentoring and doing amazing things. He just got written up in an article. And Jamari, we're always proud of you, man. So keep on crushing it. Keep on being a philanthropist and keep on elevating, man.
Jamari, man. I feel like we shouted him out like 4 times already. He's just crushing it. Absolutely. He crushes it. He's got that mentality, mental fortitude mentality. He just pushes. He knows what he brings to the table.
Yeah, he does.
He knows what he wants to go, and he holds himself to get there. My shout out is actually the person we had on this week, because we weren't able to shout her out, Carly Silverman, on the podcast, but she just reached 100,000 TikTok followers today. So had to give her a shout out. I just can't imagine hitting play and then hitting send and 100,000 people seeing what you have to say. And
crazy.
It's pretty crazy. I'm sure she has elevated people all around the globe, and she will continue to do that. So shout out, Carly.
Elevation Nation. Until next week. Peace.